Welcome to the Hashtag Frogs how-to guide for installing the BetaKit version 1. The lower section of the kit will have the magnetic latch already attached. Prior to installing it, you're going to want to remove the film off of the back of the acrylic. I take the film off of the front. In the video, I have not tried doing this with the film left on the front. I'm concerned that if leaving it on that you might adhere that film to the acrylic when you're applying the bonding agent. Lay the piece of acrylic in place, make sure the magnetic latch is on the inside of the tank. Give the weld-on bottle a good squeeze and then let it go. The sucking air in will keep it from pouring the weld-on out until you're ready to apply it. Get the needle in the seam, give it a light squeeze, and start drawing the needle along the seam there. Once you're done applying the weld-on, press down on the acrylic. It'll help spread the liquid out underneath that seam and give you a much firmer hold. You're going to want to hold this down for 60 seconds to 2 minutes, and then you're ready to move on to the next step. You can see I adjust where I apply pressure. I'm just helping make sure that it is staying pressed down along the edges. Now we can attach the top magnetic latch thing. I don't have a good name for that yet. Just put it up in that top right corner of the door. We're doing it on the same side that the magnetic latch is on the bottom acrylic piece. Just hold it in place, squeeze the weld-on bottle, turn it upside down, and give it a squeeze, and dispense some onto that piece of acrylic. Again, 60 seconds, and the weld-on will be tacky enough to remove your thumb and move on with the installation. All right, and then lay the door in place. I turned the tank on its side so you could see the hinge. It's easier to apply the weld-on on its side like this. I just put the door in, put some masking tape on it to hold it in place so it wouldn't fall out. Lay the hinge against the tank, squeeze the bottle, and draw the needle along the edge of the acrylic hinge. You can see here real well the weld-on going up underneath the hinge. The hinge has a ridge down the middle of it. That's why the liquid is not going all the way under that hinge, but it's holding it perfectly. Again, you can add more of the weld-on in the early stages of applying it, and then just apply pressure. Wait about 60 seconds, and that will be done. It takes the weld-on about 24 hours to get its full strength, but after about 5 or 10 minutes, you'll be able to open the door and continue. All right, and the silicone is not included in the kit, but I'm showing this part. I apply a bead of silicone around the bottom acrylic hinge. I'm doing this about 10 minutes after the bottom weld-on was done. This just helps get you that watertight seal, so you can do a drainage layer or a false bottom or whatever you're looking to do in the bottom of this tank. And I am using black aquarium safe silicone. Then use this little tool, picked it up at a big box hardware store, to smooth the silicone out and make it look more professional, because I am not a silicone master by the stretch of anyone's imagination. The magnets will have these little discs on them. It's the piece of metal the magnet clings to. You can either leave the discs in place and put your weld-on right on the back of the disc and then close the door over it like I'm showing now. You just have to be careful not to use too much weld-on, or the excess will ooze over the sides when the door closes and will secure the disc to the magnet, and the door will be glued shut. I'm going to show Another way and my preferred way coming up next. This is a second way and my preferred way to do this. Just make a dot in the center of the magnet and then take the disc and put some of the weld on the black side of the disc and then place it so it's centered on that dot and you're all set. And that's it. Once this is in place, give it about 10 minutes and then you're ready to move on with doing any background work or stuff that you want to do. Just remember, it'll take 24 hours for the adhesive to get to full strength. Thanks for participating in the beta and helping make a great product for us to use in the hobby. I really appreciate all y'all's help and feedback. Send your feedback to info@hashtagfrogs.com. And again, thank y'all so much.